press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hi students, so in the last class we have covered up to 7th example under probability in your textbook. Now we shall take up the example 8 in your NCERT book. Example 8. So it is there in your book, page number 281. Page 281. You may please open the book. Now let us understand the problem. The problem reads like this: an insurance company selected 2000 drivers. 2000 drivers. 2000 drivers. So selected 2000 drivers at random without any performance of one driver over another in a particular city to find a relationship between age and accidents. So at what age drivers will inflict accidents or inflict injury to others. To study that, a data was collected. The data obtained are given in the following way. So this is the data. So you understand this table now. Accidents in 1 year. So 0 accidents, 1 accident, 2 accident, 3 accident, more than 3 accident. So that means the drivers between the age group of 18 and 25, they have come across 0 accidents, 440 persons, and 160, 1 accident, 110 have met with 2 accidents, 61 has met with 3 accidents, and 35 has met with 3 over 3. That means 4 or more than 4 over 3 accidents. So likewise for 3 different age group, so above 50 people, you can see this is 30 to 50 age group, this is the data, number of accidents, and above 50 years, this is the data. Now the question is, first question, being 18 to 20 years of age and having exactly 3 accidents in a year. So find the probability, first one, find the probability of 18 to 29 years age and exactly 3 accidents in a year. So you can see here 18 to 29 age group drivers have met with exactly 3 accidents, that means 61. So the probability will be 61 divided by total number of drivers. That is how we have to calculate. So now first one, straight away I will write the answer. The number of the drivers with age group 18 to 29 and met with exactly 3 accidents. Equals, from the table you can see it is 61. So therefore now you can calculate the total number of drivers. It is it is 200. So therefore probability of it is also written like this, P of 18 to 29 age group drivers met with exactly 3 accidents will be equal to 61 divided by 2000. 61 divided by is number of accidents, so that is exactly 3 accidents, 61 people have occurred. So therefore you will write 61 divided by 2000. 61 divided by 2000. So you can write 0.031. So second question, the number of drivers between 30 to 50 age group. You understand the problem, please. 30 to 50. In the second age group there is a question, and having one or more accidents in a year. You observe here, in this age group, one accident is met with by 45 drivers, 2 accidents are done by 35 drivers, 125, 30 to 50 group. One accident is met by 125 drivers, 2 accidents by 60 drivers, 3 accidents by 22 drivers, and more than 3 by 18 drivers. So therefore, the question here is clearly more than you can see the age and having one or more accidents, one or more. So therefore we have to include this also, one or more. So therefore the second one, the number of drivers of which age group? 30 to 50 age group. Drivers 30 to 50 age. Met with one or more accidents equals see, one or more means 125 plus 60, 125 plus 60 plus 22 plus 18. All these we have to add. 22 plus 18. This equals 185 plus 22 plus 18, that is 225. Now, when you got that figure, the next probability is 225 divided by 2000. So now, therefore, probability P of number of drivers so 30 to 50 age 30 to 50 age, met with one or more accident, met with one or more accident. Same thing I have written in bracket, will be equal to 225 divided by 2000. 225 divided by 2000. So it is exactly 0.1125, or we can say it is 0.113 for 3 digits. And the third question is number of drivers having no accident. You can see here 0 accident in this age group 440, in this age group 505, in this age group there are 60. These drivers have not at all done any accident. So therefore, we have to total these 3 in column and we have to find the probability. So therefore, I will erase this. So third one, having no accidents in a year is the question. Having no accidents in a year. So if you look at the table, in this age group 440, 0 accident. In this age group 505 drivers, no accident, 0 accident. In this age group 360 drivers, no accident. So therefore, total number of drivers having no accident. This is of course 1 year data. Having no accident in a year equals 440 plus 505 plus 360 equals. So that is 440, 505, 945, 1305, 1305. So therefore, you can write therefore probability that drivers no accident in a year equals 1305 divided by 2000 equals 0.653. See, this is actually a worked out problem in your textbook. You can once again go through the textbook and try to answer whatever I have explained. So this completes example 8. Now I will go to example 10 in your book. Example 10. Now, example 10. Example 10 reads like this: 50 seeds were selected at random from each of 5 bags of seeds. So, there are 5 bags of seeds. In each 5 bag, 50 seeds are selected at random. Random means ಕಣ್ಮುಚ್ಚಿ ತಗೊಂಡಂಗೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬೀಜ ಆರಿಸ್ದಂಗಲ್ಲ. Random selection means it is totally blindly it is selected. 50 seeds are selected from each bag and were kept under standardized conditions favorable to germination. 50 ಸೀಡನ್ನು 5 ಬ್ಯಾಗಿಂದ ತೆಗೆದದ್ದನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಟ್ರೇಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಜರ್ಮಿನೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ವಾತಾವರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಜರ್ಮಿನೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 20 days, the number of seeds which are germinated in each collection were counted and recorded as follows. So here data is given. So bag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bag 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So number of seeds germinates. Number of seeds germinated. So from first bag, out of totally 50 was sown, 40 germinated. In the second bag, 48 germinated. In the third bag, 42 they germinated. In the fourth bag, 39 germinated, and in the fifth one, 41 are germinated. I hope you understand this table. So, this is the table. Now the question is, what is the probability of germination of more than 40 seeds in a bag? So you can see sample collected from how many bags? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags. So that is total is 5. So answer you have to write like this. Answer total bags from which sample seeds collected equals 5. It is 5. This will be your denominator for all calculation. Next question is, see, more than 40 seeds in a bag. Probability of more than 40 seeds in a bag. So, first one, probability of more than 40 seeds germination in a bag. This we have to calculate. You can observe here. See, it is 40, 48, 42, 39, 41. The question is more than 40. That means this 40 will not come into account. So this is equal to 40, not more than 40. More than 40 means 48, 42, 31. So in 3 bags, more than 40 has germinated. So therefore we have to take 3 divided by total number of bags is 5. This is 0.6 probability. This is the answer for the first one. More than 40 seeds germinated in a probability of more than 40 seed germinated in a bag is 3 by 5. So in 3 bags more than 40 germinated. Second question is 49 seeds germinated in a bag. See, second question is very interesting. Probability of 40 seeds in a bag. Seeds in a bag. Probability of 40 seeds germinated in a bag. 40 seeds germinated. Of course, it is for germination only. Germinated in a bag equals. You can see this is how many? Number of seeds, 49 seeds germinated. 49 seeds. Question is 49 seeds. Sorry, 49 seeds, not 40 seeds. If you look at the data, this is 40, 48, 13, 42, 39 and 71. In none of the bag samples 49 seeds are germinated. So therefore, the numerator is 0, 0 divided by 5 bags. So therefore, it is 0. So the probability of 49 germination from a bag is 0. Now, third one, number of bags in which more than 35 seeds germinated. So third one, probability of more than 35 seeds germinated equals. So you can see in all these cases, this is more than 35, 40, this is more than 35, this is more than 35, this is more than 35, this is more than 35. So what we can say, in all 5 cases, in all 5 bags, so therefore we will take 5 divided by 5. Out of 5 bags, in all 5 bags, more than 35 germinated, therefore the probability is 1. This is how we have to solve the problem. Note down. So now I will take up your exercise 15.1 problems. See, probability is one of the important chapter in your mathematics subject, and in next year in the 10th class also the subject will continue. Compulsorily there will be 1 or 2 questions in the examination. So students should, this is the basics. In the beginning, you have to understand the subject very clearly. So, go through the basics, theory and problems. If you did not understand anything, you can come back to us, ask us and get it clarification. So, exercise 15.1. Exercise 15.1. So, page 283 of NCERT book and question number 1. Question number 1. So, here the question, I will read out the question. In a cricket match, a batswoman hits a boundary 6 times out of 30 balls she plays. So, 6 boundaries. 6 boundaries. Boundary. She hits 6 boundary out of 30 balls. 30 balls. 30 balls. The question is, find the probability that she did not hit a boundary. Find the probability. Find the probability that she did not hit a boundary. So, understand the problem. So, you have to answer like this. Answer: total number of balls. Total number of balls she faced. Balls 30. So, now number of balls where she hit a boundary. Number of boundaries. Number of balls where she hit a boundary equals 6. That means in 30 minus 6, 24 balls she did not hit a boundary. So, therefore, number of balls where she did not hit a boundary equals 30 minus 6 equals 24. Now, the question is, find the probability that she did not hit a boundary. So, therefore, 24 divided by 30 is the probability. So, therefore, probability, right here, probability that she did not hit a boundary. She did not hit a boundary equals number of balls she did not hit a boundary is 24 divided by 30. So 6 4s are 6 4s are 6 5s are 4 24 6 5 30. So that is 5 8 0.8 is the probability. 0.8 is the probability. Now I will take up the second question in exercise 15.1. Question number 2. So, second question, 1500 families with 2 children were selected randomly and the following data were collected. So, question number 2. See, total 1500 families with 2 children were selected and the following data were recorded. Number of girls in the family, number of girls and number of family. Though it is simple, you need to understand it. So, 2 girls were there in 475 family. 1 girl was there in 814 family and girl was not there, that means 0 girl in 211 family. So, see, in all 1500 families there were 2 children. 2 children family are selected in random and number of girls, 2 girls in 475 family, 1 girl in 814 family and 0 girl in 211 family is found out. Now, this is the data. Now, the question is, compute the probability of a family chosen at random having 1, 2 girls, 2, 1 girl and 3, 0 girl. So, we have to find out the probability. See, first answer for the first one. Say how many families are there with 2 girls? 475. So, there are 475 families with 2 girls. So, therefore, this is out of which data? Out of 1500 families. So, there are 475 girls, 475 families with 2 girls. So, therefore, probability of family having two girls will be equal to, see, 475 divided by total is 1500. Total is 1500. So you simplify this, 25, so you will get 19 by 60. 19 by 60. 16 39, 25 19s are 25 16s. Now, number of families, second one, number of families having one girl is 814. So there are 814 families with one girl. 814 families with one girl. So therefore probability of having family with one girl equals 814 divided by 1500. 814 divided by 1500. You can divide it by 2, 407 by 750 you can write. You can simplify it. Now, lastly, I will take up here zero girl. You can see in 200 families there are no girls. So that means all 1500 families having two children means here zero girl means in 211 family we can know that in 211 family there will be boys. So but the question is, so how many families will have zero girl? So third one, 211 families. There are 211 families with zero girl. So therefore probability of family with zero girls equals, see, 211 by 1500. 211 by 1500. Now, you observe this. First one is 475 divided by 1500. Second one is 814 by 1500, and third one is 211 by 1500. This equals 1500 divided by 1500. This equals 1. So the sum of all the probability of all events is always equal to 1. So here I will stop. I will continue with the remaining questions in exercise 15.1 in the next class. Thank you all.